Does switching production studios make the anime visuals better? Is this the rise and fall for the 7 deadly sins? Welcome to Anime Streamer, the YouTube channel providing you the latest reviews and recommended animes. Back in 2015, when Season 1 aired exclusively on Netflix, I was seriously blown away by the action, creative storytelling, amazing soundtracks, and unique characters. I wanted more after finishing the 24 episodes epic. It followed up with 2 more seasons under the Studio A1 Productions, and was always impressed by their production quality and smooth action sequences. The 4th season, titled Imperial Wrath of the Gods, was animated by the new studio, Studio Den, and was aired by the streaming service Netflix in August 2020. The plot of Season 4 sees the 7 deadly sins reunite to take on the remaining members of the 10 Commandments, an elite squad that serves the evil Demon King, led by Zeldris. But a revelation is made about Elizabeth that reveals her true nature, as well as her and Melios' relationships with the 2 deities, the Demon King and the Supreme Deity, which triggers a curse that will cause Elizabeth to die in 3 days. This makes Melios desperate as he eventually gets cornered by the 10 Commandments Melicusa, which forces him to revert to his true demon form. While I really love the more upbeat and action-packed moments of the series,
in the end, I suppose legends are mere fantasy anyway.
the 4th season has become more of a darker tone. Showing how our heroes pick themselves up after a major loss isn't something new in anime, but it was handled well in this season. Every member of the 7 deadly sins struggled with the face they couldn't stop the 10 Commandments. Their loss meant that the entire kingdom of Leonis and surrounding lands would be easily taken over by demons. Carrying such a heavy responsibility and having to rectify their failure to live up to them elevated the stakes. Melios' journey throughout the season was centered around him being scared of turning back into who he was. Even though he would regain the power that he once had, he didn't want to be that person again. Since the start of the series, he's had a carefree attitude while also willing to save people in need. Realizing that he could lose that if he changes back into a full demon is an interesting storyline for him to go through. For him, continuing to fight against his brothers would significantly add character development, but the inner struggle contributes a bigger impact to the show as a whole. The inner struggle definitely saved him from falling under the typical overpowered protagonist.
I'm coming, Sir Zeldris!
No, stay back! This is between my brothers and me. Stay out of it.
I personally was quite happy to see that other members of the 7 deadly sins were getting more screen time, especially Diona and King. I've been rooting for them to be a couple ever since their first appearance together, so I was excited that they were given a more important role in this season.
I appreciate it. Huh? By pair, you were talking about these, right?
Huh? Which do you mean? These what?
It raises the bar for these 2 characters in particular, revealing hidden depths and unlocking greater powers. They undergo some huge changes, rising to become the new rulers of giants and fairies respectively.
From this moment on, we're retraining you both from the ground up. You can thank us later.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
He means just what he said.
We also get some insight into Gotha's complicated story and the origins of his sin. He is one of the most compelling stories in the season, and the show brings us to the point where we feel truly heartbroken over his tragic fate. Even with all of this incredible character development, the show's 4th season suffered from a lack of action and poor animation. These 2 issues relate to one another since the show has been produced by a different studio. Unfortunately, the animation style took away the emotion and overall tone. I was also bothered by the character design and overall look of the settings. There were times where the characters looked stiff when they should have been showing emotion, and all of that character development wasn't enough to make this season memorable. Overall, I more or less enjoyed the 4th season. While I'm glad there's a lot of backstory and insight was revealed, the major character development that occurred for all of the members of the 7 deadly sins were also really handled well. However, it suffered heavily because of the animation and lack of fighting scenes, especially towards the end of the season. Since Studio Den is infamous for their works on the Konosuba anime series, I still couldn't understand why the animation quality dropped and heavy censorship turning white blood on this season. The show has no means perfect, but setting aside the failed animation and focusing on the backstorytelling was exciting and intriguing. I'm really hoping if they'll produce a much more satisfying anime visual in the next season, whether it will be on par with A1 production quality standards, and have this anime rise up to where it should be. Enjoy watching the video? Put your comments below. Make sure you subscribe and click on the notification bell so you're the first person to be notified when new videos are released. Thank you for watching.